In a grand jury hearing, you have three types of people present: the grand jurors, the prosecutor, and the court reporter. But who is not in the courtroom? The judge, defense attorney, and defendant. When it comes to grand jury hearings, which evidence will the prosecutor use? This is the prosecutor. They'll use testimonial, documentary, physical, hearsay, circumstantial, audio, video. You know what evidence are not going to use? Exculpatory evidence. And why is that? Let's start up with, what is exculpatory evidence? Exculpatory evidence is any evidence that tends to show a defendant is not guilty of the crime they've been accused of. Under the Brady Rule, prosecutors must disclose exculpatory evidence to the defense before trial. However, in grand jury hearings, they are not legally required to present it. Prosecutors in Texas, and in most states, are legally allowed to cherry-pick which evidence that they present to the grand jurors. There could literally be a video of it being clear as day that it was self-defense or that the defendant was completely somewhere else, and they don't have to present that information. U.S. v. Williams, 1992. This is the case law that states that prosecutors do not have to present exculpatory evidence to a grand jury. The Supreme Court views that the grand jury's purpose is accusation and not to assess fairness or innocence. It's all about whether there's enough reason to charge, not whether or not the accused might be innocent. Let's go back to the grand jury for a second, okay? Remember, this is not law and order. The defense. Where's the defense? Remember, the defense is not even in the room. The prosecutor walks in with the only evidence that they want to show. Usually the stuff that makes the defendant look guilty. They don't have to explain full context. They don't have to show exculpatory evidence as explained the before. And if they do decide to show it, they can spin it. Now look at these 12 people, okay? The grand jurors, they're ordinary and average Americans, okay? They're not legal experts. You don't even have to have a college degree. And they're just regular people who don't know what's going on. They just want this over and done with so they can get back to their families, get back home, and be able to do whatever they want. They take the prosecutor's words for face value because they're the only person talking. They don't know their rights. They don't know the full story, but they are about to decide if someone should be put on trial. See? See, that's how the grand jury works, okay? This is why the saying is, a good prosecutor will indict a ham sandwich, because it's a one-sided hearing, okay? And the prosecutor will always make the defendant look guilty unless that defendant is a cop.